the Finance Committee to having carried out very active public participation on this administration being very open in terms of running of things. And so as a result, I am very happy to see discussions on Kenyans who have not necessarily studied economics or finance, explaining the difference between zero rating and tax exemption. Yes. That was a very technical topic in finance and in CPAs and in tax. And so we are seeing a more informed generation, we're seeing a more informed electorate, we're seeing a more informed Kenyan, and this is very good because it's also putting oversight on us as elected representatives, because it means that people now understand, these particular matters. I've seen people scan through the budget and say, this money is going here, this money is going here, this money is going to this project. And I've seen people now go to the actual project to audit and see, was this dam done? Was this stadium done? Was this project done? Was it completed? And that is what we need, because we can have, nobody knows it all. Yes. And even the efforts that even the president is making to make sure that all those projects he's launching are done, it's humanly not possible for him to be the one doing everything. And so even in terms of oversighting, whether it is our minister or our CSAs or PSAs or our governors, now it's not just MCAs and MPs who are oversighting them. We have now Kenyans oversighting everything. And I think that is a way to go to make sure that we reduce reduce corruption. There is value for money, and certainly that the investment that's that's being made in terms of our budget, yes, actually goes to the right thing.
And let me ask you, Mheshimiwa, there's always this notion that Parliament will always reduce an allocation that a ministry is requesting. Let's say, for example, the education ministry that has been given 781.4 billion. There's that feeling that a lot more needs to go towards the education sector. Is Parliament limiting how much ministry should get?
You see, we must, there's a fiscal framework we must operate on. If we have a budget of 4.8 trillion shillings, that is the ceiling, and this is the ceiling that we passed in our ceiling, then we can't increase it. And as you started by saying, it's a very huge budget. So if we want more allocation to go to education, then we need to cut other allocations. Yes. And you saw, for example, when he tried to cut the money that goes to counties, then we had Senate give a push and pull, and eventually that number reduced, increased a bit, but not as high as what the Senate had recommended, because Kenyans need roads, Kenya needs electricity connection, Kenya needs water connection, and then if we have, so although the education sector is important, and it's very important, but so is the other programs. They are also important, because if we don't build that road that leads to that school, then teachers are not going to get to school. Yes. Then those learners are not going to get to school. If we do not have electricity in that school, that means students are not going to be able to learn in the afternoon, in the evening. So, although it is very important that we allocate that money to much more to education, but so is other sectors, because they are enablers of the education system.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. Thank you very much. That is Honourable Member of Parliament KIMANI giving us his insights into the budget that will be presented this afternoon by the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury, Honourable John Mbadi, who has been also a Member of Parliament. I'm going to wind up the business here, but the broadcast, the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit is this afternoon, like it has always done, is going to be bringing you live the presentation of the 4.8 trillion shilling budget from 3 p.m. On behalf of the team here, my colleague Kamche Menza and our director Doris Gitonga, our bosses Steven Nyakuti, and all the crew here. My name is Edward Kabasa. Keep watching and have yourself a wonderful afternoon.